Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Spanish ebook before it's gone.
Do you know how to ask for the price in Spanish? You'll learn how in just a moment. Hi, my name is Caro, and this is 3 Steps Spanish by SpanishPod101.com. In this lesson, you'll learn how to ask for the price through a quick conversation. Let's look at the dialogue. As you listen, pay attention to how they ask about the topic and how the other person responds. Disculpe, ¿cuánto cuesta esa pintura? ¿Qué pintura? ¿Esta? Sí, esa. Esta pintura cuesta 15,000 pesos. ¿De dónde es el pintor? Es de Francia. Let's break it down. The first sentence will be our focus. Let's take a look at its elements. Disculpe, ¿cuánto cuesta esa pintura? Excuse me, how much does that painting cost? First is the word disculpe, meaning excuse me. You may be familiar with disculpa, the informal way to say excuse me. In this conversation, however, the speaker uses the formal form. Disculpe, disculpe. Next is the phrase ¿cuánto cuesta?, meaning how much does it cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Next is the word esa, meaning that. Esa, esa. Last is the word pintura, meaning painting. Pintura, pintura. Altogether, it's disculpe. ¿Cuánto cuesta esa pintura? Excuse me, how much does that painting cost? Disculpe, ¿cuánto cuesta esa pintura? ¿Qué pintura? ¿Esta? Which painting? This one? Sí, esa. Yes, that one. Esta pintura cuesta 15,000 pesos. This painting costs 15,000 pesos. ¿De dónde es el pintor? Where is the painter from? Es de Francia. He is from France. Let's look at the sentence pattern. This pattern is the structure that all of our examples will follow. The singular pattern is ¿cuánto cuesta? Plus noun phrase. How much does noun phrase cost? And its plural counterpart is ¿cuánto cuestan? Plural noun phrase. How much do plural noun phrase cost? This pattern requires a noun phrase in which a demonstrative adjective whose gender depends on the following noun precedes a noun. To use this pattern, simply replace the noun phrase placeholder with the thing you want to know the price of. Please note that cuesta becomes cuestan to match the plural subject when the item is plural. Let's see how a line from the dialogue follows this pattern. Disculpe, ¿cuánto cuesta esa pintura? Excuse me, how much does that painting cost? In this sentence, disculpe means excuse me and isn't a part of the pattern. Next is ¿cuánto cuesta?, which means how much does it cost? ¿Cuánto means how much, and cuesta comes from the verb costar, meaning to cost. Cuesta is the third person singular form, which is used for singular nouns. Next is the demonstrative adjective esa, meaning that. The last word of our sentence is pintura, meaning painting. Since it is a feminine singular noun, esa is the correct demonstrative adjective. So, the full sentence, disculpe, ¿cuánto cuesta esa pintura?, means excuse me, how much does that painting cost? Now you can use this structure to ask about the price of anything when shopping in any Spanish-speaking country. In a shopping context, Spanish demonstrative adjectives help you specify which item you're talking about based on location, gender, and number. If an item is close to you, use este for masculine singular and esta for feminine singular. For plurals, go with estos and estas. If an item is far from you, use ese for masculine singular and esa for feminine singular. For plurals, choose esos and esas. Keep this in mind when asking about prices or pointing out items in a store. Now let's look at some speaking examples. ¿Cuánto cuesta esta cartera? How much does this wallet cost? Can you see how the pattern applies here? Let's break it down. ¿Cuánto cuesta means how much does it cost? Since we are only talking about one item, we use cuesta, which means costs in this case. Next, we have esta cartera, where esta is a demonstrative adjective meaning this. And cartera is a singular feminine noun meaning wallet. Notice that esta is used instead of este because of the noun's gender. So, that is how ¿cuánto cuesta esta cartera? Follows the ¿cuánto cuesta noun phrase pattern. Here's another example. ¿Cuánto cuestan estos libros? How much do these books cost? We notice a pattern where ¿cuánto cuestan is followed by a plural noun phrase. Now, let's see the structure. Here, ¿cuánto means how much and comes before cuestan, which means to cost. But since libros is plural, we use cuestan instead of cuesta. Estos libros means these books. Estos is a demonstrative adjective for plural masculine nouns like libros, books. So, ¿cuánto cuestan estos libros? Perfectly follows the pattern ¿cuánto cuestan? Plural noun phrase. Let's try one more. ¿Cuánto cuesta ese reloj? How much does that watch cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta ese reloj? How much does that watch cost? Another one. ¿Cuánto cuestan esos calcetines? How much do those socks cost? ¿Cuánto cuestan esos calcetines? How much do those socks cost? One more. ¿Cuánto cuesta este vestido? How much does this dress cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta este vestido? How much does this dress cost? One last example. ¿Cuánto cuestan esas flores? How much do those flowers cost? ¿Cuánto cuestan esas flores? How much do those flowers cost? Now you know how to ask for the price in Spanish, and you can move on to the practice. ¡Nos vemos!